for your go time music. The paced car will pull off. 25 cars will do battle here at Indy Raceway Park. It's a stout field. Pete Tart will lead him. Ricky Mendonça to his outside. Green flag is up. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dylan Hervatin Designs 150 right here at IRP. Race 5, cash on the line. Pete Tart leads. Ladies and gentlemen, we are racing. And we clock fast laps around IRP. I mean, we were even a little late to getting to the go time music. That's how fast it's around here under pacing. We come around to start lap number 3. Ricky Mendonça takes the lead from Pete Tart.
It allows you to really lean on them and slide up a little bit in the middle of the turn. It basically makes that whole truck really wide and almost impossible to get by. We got a wreck in 2, Noah.
Oh my gosh, smoke in front of our cam. I see the 16 machine. I think rookie making his very first start in Frontier of Matt Vordran involved. That's the mellow yellow truck. Jordan Marion was able to make it through. Nick Tucker, another favorite. He has some damage. We have some replays. Let's see exactly what we missed here. So right now I'm looking at Nick Tucker to the outside of Ronnie Lane. Ronnie in the IHOP truck. There's contact on exit. And is Nick Tucker coming down there? I don't think Ronnie was going to enter on the bottom. That Nick Tucker thought, here comes Blakely piles in. Ooh. The rookie in the 33, the 16. I want to believe that's Derek Hastings. And it creates a little bit of pileup. Let's go ahead and watch that from the rear view of Nick Tucker. So he just comes down across the nose of Ronnie Lane. I don't think he was expecting Ronnie to want to enter middle, but we talked about the arcing, Alicia. Guys don't want to drive it to the bottom.
Noah, I kind of was watching the mid-pack here, and these guys were racing really, really hard, especially for early on in the race. I saw a few bumps, a few banks, so those guys were not giving anything throughout the run.
Green flag is up, green flag is out. Mendonça will have the command of the restart zone. Can he get a good jump on Pete Tart? Yes, he will. We're back racing at IRP. And
that's
how do they fare?
Needed right there. Absolutely. If he wants to keep Pete behind him, he's got to jump that start as best as he can to keep that truck in front and on that fast line in the middle.
We got some 2, almost 3 wide action going on just around the outside within the top 10 maybe. I see Douglas Henry. He's making moves. He's made a pass for the 3rd position. He leaves Brett Murphy and Stephen James behind him in a 2-wide situation. There's Matthew Legatt, and look at that number 1 truck right now. That's Hunter East. He's looking up the inside. He wanted to go 3 wide.
He started in the back half of the field, and it's only been 14 laps, half of which I feel like we've been under caution, and he's already all the way up into 6th place.
Yeah, and while you said that, we're looking at the battle for the lead. Pete Tart putting the truck on the apron on entry into 3. And it seems to work as he rolls the bottom. Did Ricky Mendonça let him take it back, or is Pete flexing some muscle as Douglas Henry sends it up the inside?
Doug smells blood in the water. He doesn't want to be left behind. If he sees there's an opening, he's going to go for it as well.
And already single file throughout the majority of the field. Now, Brett Murphy, again, you talk about that diamond line. It's still in effect. I mean, we only have, maybe 10 laps ran on these tires under green flag conditions. So maybe the bottom hasn't been rolled in yet, but Doug saw what Pete did. He will replicate and actually does clear Brett Murphy, because here comes Matthew Legatt, 2-time and defending champion and your series owner, trying to get into that 4th spot. There's Hunter East wanting the top 5.
You know, Noah, that's what separates the men from the boys, is how you can get away with more and how you can be faster than the rest. Hunter is one of the elite drivers that I've seen race out in the oval world, and how he can do it, I'm not even sure. If I can learn that one day, then I'll be out there competing with him, but There's a reason he was leading things in the PAL season that he and I were neck and neck, but he always came out ahead most weeks. He just knows how to really get the most out of a full stint of tires, knows when to push, knows when to be consistent and conservative, but he's just so good at getting the most out of the tires without overdoing it.
Where is one car at versus another? And we're just going to have to pay attention to those pit exits. Meanwhile, Hunter East, he will enter pit road. By the way, he was within 0.8 of Pete Tart before he pit. He gained a second in the last 10 laps. Can you believe that, Hunter?
Wow, that's really impressive. I wonder if that was Pete sort of settling back a little, letting his tires cool so he can have a nice quick entry into pit road, or if Hunter just knew he's getting 4 fresh ones and he put the knife to those ones and just sent it. Oh my goodness, I just saw Hunter East throw it up the middle 3 wide to get past Pete Tart into 3. That was an aggressive move, but man, did it work out for him.
And where does that put him now officially, Alicia?
So that puts him in that relative lead that we're talking about. So he is next to inherit the lead after these lap 8 guys come into pit.
And Pete, man, he's running him down. He didn't like that, I guess. He's going to try to put the hurt on Hunter East. 2 absolute superstars battling it out right now. Pete Tart, I think undisputedly a top 3, top 2 driver in Frontier. It's hard to really size him up against Dylan Hervatin. We don't have Hervatin full-time in Season 3, which kind of puts Pete in that position to be your championship favorite. But, man, he's putting the pass on Hunter East right now, side by side for your relative lead. And, realistically, this puts you in position to battle for the actual win if we stay green and these guys stay on the cycle. Now, here they are passing Aiden Gould, getting a lap back. So now Pete Tart back on the lead lap. Hunter will be before too long. I think that gives the sign to Aiden, hey, man, let's hit pit road, unless he's absolutely waiting till that tank is on E. Yeah, I'm a little worried right now about Hunter East. Just what does he have in that truck? We know he's quick, but so far, Pete Tart's been proven to be the best, and he is pulling away. I mean, if I was Hunter, if I'm saving, yeah, you don't want to push the truck, but you got to stay within a certain range for you to be able to do something during the pit cycle. Right now, he's just kind of letting Pete run away with it, and if he is trying, he's not trying hard enough.
I'd have to disagree with you there, Noah. I think if you stick to a strategy and you run your race, that's the best way that you're going to keep focused and you're going to keep your eyes straight ahead rather than up and down. Where's Pete? How fast is he going? Should I go faster? I know I have older tires. Should I push? I think there's going to be some guys coming up here that don't want to go a lap down as they're starting to be higher and higher into the top 15 here. So I think Pete's going to have to swim his way really hard through these lap traffic. And then once Hunter gets to them, those guys won't be able to put up such of a fight.
By the way, crash report out of Douglas Henry. Not sure what happened. Big left front damage. We're still green flag. What happened to Doug? For there to be left front damage, there has to be contact with another car and or an inside wall. Let's take a look at the replay. Doug, looks like a 4-car battle for the same spot. Stephen James, Brett Murphy, Mendonça. Brett Murphy gives Doug no room and gets into his left front. And by the way, Alicia, I don't know if you've been around or listened to all the drama, there is beef between these 2 drivers. I'm sure Brett Murphy wasn't going to give him any room. I think Brett's kind of coming up there. I don't think Doug, we're going to watch it over. I don't think Doug's able to get any higher because of Jordan Marion. Let's double check myself. So he has Jordan Marion high. He knows he's up there. Could Doug go up a little bit? Maybe. But Brett's coming up and finishes him off. And I'm going to assume Doug might have been up on that radio again. He's found himself in a little bit of trouble recently. And I don't mean to fearmonger, but the wrench in that plan is charging right now. Pit on lap 56, 10 lap fresher tires in Hunter East, 8 lap fresher tires in Pete Tart. The Gooner has entered the picture. I've never seen a comeback off of long form strategy like this. He got the 8 lap top off with fuel, and he has maximized his lap times around IRP. Is Aiden spoiling the show? Does Hunter East's strategy even matter? when you have the Gooner right here in the picture. He's about to make a pass for second, and Pete Tart is only right there in front. It's not like it's a 2-second gap. Aiden Gould might be able to pull off the win here. From lap 8 on, and on lap 82, it'd be a 3-wide battle for the lead. I would have said, no way, but it's happened. And here comes Gould. Off the corner, Hunter East on the left rear of Pete Tart. Now it's go time. Now he needs to put some pressure on Pete to get away from Aiden. And I don't even think Aiden minds right now following these guys as they go too wide. He knows that he's going to go for a 3-wide bottom for the lead.
Whoa.
Holy! Now he can't get the exit. It shallows him up, but what it does is disrupt the pair. Yeah, he still sits in third, but he'll try it again, and now Hunter East doesn't really know what to do. Pete is stuck on the top. Not a bad place to be stuck, but Hunter East gets first. Gould trying to scare these guys. But Hunter East hits pit road, and now the strategy games begin. Even more extreme than they were the previous lap 93, which means he's going to have to go, Alicia. Help me out with the math here. I'm a little drunk. That's 58 laps.
57 to 58 laps, assuming that there's no green-white checkered as well. I don't think that's something he's going to be able to produce without throwing the whole race away. I tried to do something similar myself recently in a race at Miami, and all I did was finish 2 laps down with egg all over my face.
But Pete Tart, he will be the next truck down pit road. Where does this put him in this cycle, Alicia?
Well, I'm really surprised that he didn't stay out a little bit longer. I'm guessing the tank's a little bit on the empty side. In terms of tires, I think he's going to have the better hand over Hunter. But then thinking about what Aiden's going to do, Aiden's going to end up having the better tires too. He's got to run those laps over the next couple here that are going to be slower since he's got the older tire. So he's going to have the track position over Aiden, and he's going to have the tires over Hunter. But Hunter's also been running those last couple of laps really quick on those fresh tires. So Pete's going to have to catch up to Hunter and not overplay his tire wear and his tire life there, and then still have enough left in the tank to fend off Aiden.
The gap from Hunter East to Pete Tart is just under 5 seconds, but Pete Tart is closing the difference in tire this time. 4 laps. We look back to Aiden Gould, who is now exiting pit road. The difference in tire between him and Hunter East, 9 laps. Guys, we could be in for an absolute treat.
And I think the big thing to pay attention to is that last pit number just to the right of these guys' names here. Aiden came in at lap 104. I think he's going to be able to stretch it to the end of the race without any more pit stops. Unless there's some major conservation going, I don't think Pete Tart's going to be able to make it without another stop. I don't see any way that Hunter's going to be able to go without at least a splash and go at the end. I know those guys don't want to do it. Like you were saying earlier in the race, this is a long pit road. It goes almost all the way around the track, and it really eats up a lot of time. If you got to go in even for a 5-second stop, it's going to put you a lap down and really, really knock you down in the standings.
Hunter East will be the first to pull the trigger and say, all right, time to lay down my hand and go all in. That's really what this is. These guys have been playing Texas Hold'em poker since the drop of the green flag. Bet a little bit here, check here. Maybe I'll fold in this position, catch him on the river the next time around. Who's the big blind? Who's the little blind? Right now, Hunter East has stuffed the chips into the center. He's going to lay down his cards, and he just has to anticipate what the other guys are holding.
I'm kind of surprised to see him in as early as he did, Noah. I wonder if saving, he recognized that it just wasn't worth it. Maybe there was a lot of lap traffic in front of him, and he recognized that he might be able to save just a little bit of time if he came in now rather than later. I didn't see the right side of that truck go up for tires. I wondered if he maybe had some right sides left to try to make a last sprint to the finish. But Pete Tart's in the pits now, Noah.
Yep. Pop-Tart Pete, same thing. Let's go on board with him. I believe it's just going to be splash of fuel. And maybe the fuel number that they have to get to is so little, it's extra time to put tires on. And you're going to see it. Listen, truck's not getting jacked up. He's about to fly out of here. So there's not even enough time to put right sides on. That's how critical and Fuck me, I'm drunk. That's take it away, Alicia.
No, you're absolutely right in theory, man. So it's going to be tough to do anything on just a few seconds of fuel. If you want to put right side tires on, that's probably going to take at least 8 or 9 seconds for that crew to hit those 5 lug nuts, swap the tires, hit those 5 again, and send them on the way. And that's going to be a lot to pick up time-wise in the final 15 or so laps. Especially when you may not have any practice on how the car feels on on right side tires, and these tires might be a little bit cooked too. These guys are really pushing hard for their positions. Left side tires might be kind of worn out on fresh rights. That can really upset the car's balance.
To me, he's not saving right now. He's driving like a guy who's running on lap 33 old tires, okay? It's not quite saving. He's just running tight. So I'm guessing no worry in the world right now. Next time at the flag stand will be 10 laps to go for Aiden. I gotta believe he's to the good, 9 seconds up ahead of Hunter East.
I am absolutely blown away that the winning race strategy was pitting under the caution at lap 8. The one caution that we had going in and topping off allowed Aiden to be 10 laps ahead of the leaders. Surely you don't want to go in and give up track position from the lead on lap 8, but Aiden was doing the right thing and pulling back and driving nice and tidy, nice and easy, and saving his stuff, and look where it got him.
Out of turn 4, the winner of the Hervatin Designs 150 maximizing strategy, Aiden Gooners at victory lane.
Dude, I should be back to back. That's fun.
You're
That
winning.
was a good race.
Oh!
And I mean, it was complete calmness from his POV. Hey, back to back, fine with me. I mean, what a great run for Aiden, and you called it perfectly there, Alicia, down the back straightaway. Pitting on lap 8 to top off fuel wins you the 150 lap race at IRP. Can you believe it? Caution free, by the way, after lap 7.
Really great race by everyone out here today, and just the fact that, I mean, surely a lap 8 caution would never come into a strategy in a race, but here we go. We see it's actually a thing here today, and I mean, if you can see the future, you'll know what the right strategy is always going to be. But I'm sure if you told someone pitting on lap 8 is going to be the important call here, everyone would have laughed at you. That's such a crazy call. But sometimes the crazy call, that Hail Mary, is what wins you the race.
Well, Jacob, I'm going to let you lead the interview on that note. Go ahead and ask him, Alicia, how did Aiden, believe that the lap 8 pit got him the win? Aiden, this is Alicia and Noah up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Aiden, that was a really awesome race by you. We were really enthralled to watch you sort of just sit back and let that win come back to you after that lap 8 pit stop and that one and only caution. Did you have any idea that top off on lap 8 was going to be the race winning call?
If it stayed green, which it did, I kind of knew I was gonna be close. So, I think it was the second green flag pit stop that we made. I had to save a little bit behind Blakely at the end just to make sure I was to the good, which I was able to get there. And the tires actually mattered a lot. Hunter was catching me there at the end, and if we had green white checkered, I was not gonna be able to make it. So overall, it worked out in our favor pretty well.
So, what strategies did you employ to save those few couple of laps of fuel there? I know you were cutting it close, but you never really seemed to be over pushing. You did a good job of keeping things nice and tidy.
Yeah, just because really no one pitted there on the first caution, so I just saved under the caution, and then while the race went going, I just kind of saved making my way through traffic, so I wasn't pushing as hard, I wasn't burning as much fuel. So that's really what kind of helped me was getting through traffic easy. I wasn't trying to get through there quick, and I was just trying to take care of my stuff as well. So I knew I was going to be good to the end, but also if we did have a caution there at the end, I was also having the best tires. So overall, it worked out good.
It was really awesome, Aiden, and we were really surprised to see you come up to third place after swimming your way through the field. So, hats off to you, and hats off to the rest of the field for keeping things nice and clean after that first caution.
Yeah, it was a good race. Only one caution. I'm
hmm
impressed.
Well, congrats, Aiden. I think we're going to send you back down.
All right, thank you, Jacob.